Hi guys, this is Dr. Mashu and you're watching the Finance Talk. Today it's going to be a very short and sweet video on budgeting types of expenses, different budgeting ideas. I'm sure this will help you as it has helped me in your journey to be financially independent. So let's get started. Budgeting allows you to track your income and expenses and get a clear picture of how much money you're earning and spending each month. This information is critical in making informed decisions about your spending habits and making changes to increase your savings. With a budget, you can identify areas where you may be overspending, such as dining out, entertainment, and shopping, and make adjustments to reduce these expenses. By doing so, you can allocate more money towards saving, investing, and paying your debt. When you have a clear idea of your income and expenses, you can prioritize your financial goals and determine how much money you need to save each month to reach your desired target. This increases your financial awareness by providing a comprehensive picture of your income and expenses. This information can be very helpful to make informed decisions about your spending habits and improve your financial literacy. Overall, the feeling you get when you have that control of money is exhilarating, rather than the helpless feeling you have when the salary is credited every month and you have no idea where all the money has gone at the end of the month. Now we'll discuss some of the types of expenses that we incur. Fixed expenses, these are expenses that remain the same every month, such as rent, mortgage payments, car payments, and insurance premiums. Variable expenses, these are expenses that vary in amount from month to month, such as food, entertainment, clothing, etc. etc. Discretionary expenses, these are expenses that are not essential, such as vacation, eating out, and hobbies. Expenses on utilities, these include expenses for electricity, gas, water, internet, etc. Transportation, this includes expenses for car payments, gas, maintenance, and public transportation. Education, this includes expenses for tuition, books, supplies, etc. Debt repayment, this includes expenses for payment of loans, credit card loans, and other form of debt. And finally, savings, this includes expenses for saving for emergency retirement and other long-term goals. Now I need you to create a table of all these expenses and jot down how much money you spend every day in different categories. I know this may sound daunting at first, but trust me, it gets easier and feels more like a game later on, and you will only have to play this for 3 to 4 months, and then this will come automatically to you. You will start understanding where your money is even without doing all this. There are actually various types of budgeting methods which I'll run through in this video. I personally use a combination of all these, which I'll also explain how. The first is the envelope budgeting method. In this method, cash is divided into different envelopes labeled for specific expenses such as groceries, entertainment, transportation, etc. This method helps to control spending, as only the cash in each envelope can be used for its designated purpose. This helps if you are dealing with cash and gives you the cash in hand feel, which most of us don't experience now. The feeling of cash leaving your hand is in itself a brain trigger to control overspending. I personally don't use this as I don't deal in cash, but I know people who still do. The 50-30-20 method. This method allocates 50% of an individual's income for necessities, 30% for discretionary expenses, and 20% for savings and debt repayments. This method helps to balance spending and prioritize expenses. This I personally use, and I go a little aggressive on this. I do a 30-10-60, where I try to reduce my expenses to 30% of my income, allocate 10% for my discretionary spend, and invest 60% of my income. You can edit this according to your needs and expenses and salary and so forth, but make sure not to allocate below 20% for your savings and investments. Reverse budgeting method is one of the concepts mentioned in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Is to pay yourself first, where you move a certain amount of money, in my case 60% of my income, to my savings and investments, leaving me with only 40% of my income. This essentially gives a trigger to live within your means. So don't save after your expenses, rather spend after you already have saved up. This I personally use and is quite helpful and empowering at the same time. Debt snowball method. This is used for people who hold multiple debts, including credit card debts, and are struggling to repay it, juggling between all of them. In this method, you prioritize paying off the smallest debt first and then moving on to the next smallest debt. So the smallest debt is paid off aggressively, and all the other debts are paid only in the minimum monthly installment to avoid fees. This creates a snowball effect and helps you pay off debts faster and systematically. Preparing a budget without sticking to it for at least 3 months will be a very futile effort. As from the book Atomic Habits, when you condition your brain to make small changes and keep it up for at least for 3 months, it automatically becomes part of your life. Gradually reducing spending in small increments is easier to handle than making big changes all at once. Impulse purchases are the devil of most of us. It can quickly add up and derail your budget. When you're making a high value purchase like a phone or a mobile or a car, ask yourself these questions before buying. Is it an asset for me or a liability? Meaning, will it give me long-term value, more value than the phone or car I currently own, or am I buying for the heck of it? Will it bring me mental happiness for at least a year before I get bored with it? Will it increase my productivity and save my time in any way? Have I considered all the long-term costs associated with this item, such as maintenance, insurance, etc.? If you have checked all these boxes, wait for a week to a month, and if you still feel the same about it, then go for it. Impulse buying for groceries can be avoided by making a list of items you want to buy and make a resolution that you won't buy anything other than what's on the list. Also, buying in bulk helps save time and reduce frequent trips to the grocery store, and it also helps reduce cost. So one trip every 2 weeks will be advisable. I know these may all sound silly and simple, but once you start practicing it, you will see the changes coming up. And the most important is leisure activities. You do have to understand there is no end to leisure and fun. I do get the narrative that we only live once and we should enjoy it while it lasts, and the concept until it lasts is something that is important here, because we need to enjoy life even when we are old and not physically able like we are today. Psychologically, we see ourselves today and ourselves 30 years from now as two different people. We are inherently selfish and want to enjoy everything now in this moment and don't want to leave anything for the other person 30 years from now. Stop seeing the you today and the you 30 years from now as two different people and leave behind something for the 60-year-old you to enjoy his life. I know it's a deep concept, but I hope you get the picture. I hope you like this short video and advise everybody to start a budgeting chart from today and bring your life on track. Also, this video is dedicated to my friend Unni. Do subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.